if you are an e-commerce brand and you're seeing a significant drop in performance right now, your ROAS is down 20, 30% year over year. And if you've seen the last few weeks just absolutely tank, then I'm going to break down exactly what's happening in the market and more importantly, give you a short-term and a long-term fix. So this A, you could fix this right now, and B, this does not happen again. So first things first, we need to talk about what is a break-even ROAS. The very first thing, and the reason why this is happening is because most people don't have any clue what their actual goals should be. Now, if you do have your goals and you're set on that, skip the next 30 seconds, but I'm going to break this down really, really quick. So your break-even ROAS, and don't mind my crappy spelling here, but your break-even ROAS is essentially a target that you could set where if you hit this, you will at least make $1 or 1 cent per purchase. So let's say you have an average order value of $100, right? 100. And your cost of goods operate at a 50% margin. I'm just making things up right now. Cost of goods at a 50% margin, meaning you on a $100 order, it costs you about $50. So your profit on a $100 offer equals 50. Really straightforward, right? So what does that mean for us? It means we actually need to target a $50 cost per acquisition in order to be profitable. Because if we target a $50 cost per acquisition, we acquire one customer for $50. That average customer is going to return us $100, our average order value, and that average customer is going to cost us $50, meaning we will break even at a total of $0. Really, really simple. Make sure you're setting your goals, not just arbitrarily and just saying, oh, I just want a 4x ROAS in the platform, because honestly, that doesn't matter. We need to make sure the break even is applying on the Shopify level. Okay, that's the very first thing. The next thing, if you are like, I have no idea what to do, we don't have anyone managing this, we're not going to be able to get anyone to manage this for a month, or we don't have the budget to have someone manage our account, then right away, what I would do is just pull your budgets down 30%. This is not a fix by any means. It's just going to level off some stress in your business. Most likely, you are set up in a way where Facebook is overlapping with all your other marketing channels, and that is creating a lot of attribution issues. It could also just be creating less incrementality, meaning the next customer you're acquiring would have purchased from you anyway. Big problem. The next piece, this is the most common thing that we see. First thing that we do when we audit someone is we look at the day-of-week analysis. So 9 out of 10 brands spend the same amount of money every single day. So Monday through Sunday, they spend a set budget. Let's just say it's $1,000 per day, $1,000 per day, right? So where does that leave them? That means at the end of the week, they'll spend $7K at the end of the week. What we prefer to do is we look at each day individually. So we're looking at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll look what's the conversion rate for each of these days. So let's just say Monday through Wednesday, stick with me here, is converting at about their average conversion rate, which is 2%, right? And then Thursday, Friday, so these little dates here, Thursday and Friday are converting at a 2.5%. And then Saturday and Sunday, right here, are converting at a 3%. Now, 9 out of 10 marketers, whether it's Facebook or Google ads, are going to spend the same amount of money on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What we would prefer to do is backload the budget substantially right here. We would want the budget to spend almost 60 to 70% of its budget on Thursday through Sunday, right? Because there's higher conversion rates. So what we would do in Facebook and Google's, we'd set seasonality bid adjustments. And we'd also use the new Facebook budgeting tool to guide the budget to the back half of the week. So it's spending less Monday through Wednesday, spending more Thursday, Friday, and spending a lot more Saturday, Sunday. This alone is going to drastically change your conversion rate. We like to do this on a client-by-client basis. There's no rule for this, but look up your historical data in the platforms and in your Shopify data as well. Okay. Last short-term thing, enhance your data with Klaviyo. So if you're using Klaviyo or a different CRM, one of the easiest things you could do is you could take every single audience that you have in your existing account. So if you're excluding Facebook purchasers or just purchasers in general or 30-day site visitors, literally anything, and you could just take those lists, recreate those lists in Klaviyo, and then port them back into your Facebook account. So we're just porting these Klaviyo back into Facebook and into your Google account as well. By doing this, all of your data is going to be much more accurate. You should already have your conversions API set up, your pixel set up, but this is going to be way, way, way more accurate. Okay. That's our short-term fix right now. I would expect if you implemented these 3 things, you lowered your budget just a tiny bit to give you a little bit of help there. You implemented a break-even ROAS target, and most important, you did these 2 things here, where you adjusted spend by day of the week using rules in Facebook, and then you implemented Klaviyo or whatever CRM you're using, audiences porting into the marketing channels. That alone is going to get you at least a 20% increase in your return on ad spend. Okay, now what do we do long term? How do we not allow this to happen ever again? If you are an e-commerce brand and you're running lowest cost campaigns in Facebook, quite honestly, in my opinion, I think you're doing it wrong. So 9 out of 10 are really like 98 out of 100 are running lowest cost. Now, who are the 2 out of 100 that are not running lowest cost? Big guys. Very, very simple. Big brands are not running lowest cost. Big brands are running what we call bid caps. So I want you to take a look at bid caps, do your research on bid caps. But basically, what bid caps are, as it says literally on the label of bid caps, they are a tool in Facebook that only will acquire conversions under a goal that you set. So if we know our break-even CPA, right, how much marginally we can acquire a customer for, let's just say, like we said before, it was $50. We're going to give Facebook a target of probably like 10 to 20% higher than this $50, but let's say it's like $70. We'll set it to $60 or $70, and then we will just let it rip, right? So here's the beauty. I'm going to brass tax this whole thing. It will only acquire customers at $60 and under, right? It will not spend your money if it doesn't think it can get that conversion rate. Now, your first 5 to 7 days might be a little shaky, but after that 5 to 7 days, you're going to see a complete change in how your spend is per day. Meaning, if we use that same example again here, let's go back up here for a second. If we use this example, Monday through Wednesday, Facebook might only spend $400 or $500 a day. Tuesday through Sunday, it might spend $2,000 a day. But what that's going to do is going to get you marginally more conversions compared to just if you spend the same amount every single day, because it's going to be adjusting based on your conversion rate. So that's definitely the number one thing. Make sure you're not using cost caps. These are not cost caps. I can't stress that enough. Not cost caps, right? This is clearly important. Okay. The last thing, I see this problem all the time when we work with brands. Now, there are some cases when this is fine, but I'd say, again, this is another 9 out of 10 situation. If you are using the default 7-day click and 1-day view in Facebook, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're basically telling Facebook, hey, slip in there on these view conversions, just slide in right in front of my customers right before they're about to convert and get credit. We don't need that, right? Even if you lose 2 to 3% of your customers that we're going to buy anyway, it doesn't matter. It's such a small amount to be giving Facebook credit there. Instead, move everything to 7-day click. If you move everything to 7-day click, Facebook is going to optimize for click conversions. And as a result of driving click conversions, you're going to see more incremental conversions and less customer overlap. All your Shopify metrics will get better with this. These 2 things I just mentioned on the long term are risky. And they're risky in the sense of they take a little while to implement, right? These are not moving from lowest cost to bid caps is not something you do in one day and expect better results tomorrow. Lowest cost to bid caps needs to be a full change. You cannot run lowest cost at the same time that you're running bid caps. So we need to do this very quickly, but understand that 7 to 14 days, it's going to be a little shaky. Long term, way better for you. Moving from 7-day click to 1-day view is something you can do overnight, but you just need to be mindful that all of your metrics in your Facebook platform will get worse. There's like literally no doubt all of your metrics will get worse. And if you're a huge brand, if you're spending like, $50K a day, don't use 7-day click, just use 1-day click. Pretty simple. Cool. All right, so if this has helped you so far and you're interested in having me and my team do this for you, if everything I said just like way too complex, we do literally all of this for every single client that we work with. I put a link down in the description below. You can book a call. Typically speaking, we're about 6 weeks out on a wait list, but just because of the urgency that we're seeing in the market, we opened up some odd onboarding spots. So I have a few spots open in the next 2 weeks. And if you want to just check us out more, if you have no idea who I am or why I'm sending you this, just check out our case studies and testimonials. Again, I'll drop a link below. Otherwise, let me know if you have any feedback on this. Really interested to see if anyone implements this. All right, see you guys soon.